Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
Welcome to the Mr. Curiosity podcast, everybody. We're so glad to be here on this Friday. We had a bonus one on Tuesday.
We did, to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of our streaming show.
So cool. So obviously, we've got some different faces this morning.
Joe's not here.
John's not here.
Yeah.
So, I'm used to John being on that side. I'm used to being able to see John. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the John appears over the brown
Oh,
bag.
That's true. He's taller.
He does.
Is that better?
I can't see Sean, but I know he's over there.
I can see the top of Nikki's head.
Yeah.
That's why people on the Botzkov's bag here is getting a little more popularity recently. So,
It
has
is.
been.
So it does not as high as the brown bag.
If you don't know this, Anthony is actually a huge podcast fan.
Yeah, no, it feels weird being on this side now because I only do this once every couple months. It's like, wow.
Well, welcome.
Thanks. So
I feel like Anthony should start.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think
So
Anthony
you have a
should
choice,
start.
and you know because you listen.
yeah,
So Botzkov's bag or old school bag?
I gotta go old school.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Joe's the one that crumples up the questions. Hopefully, you don't run out of questions today, which I don't think you should.
I don't
did.
think we will.
No,
But
we've been
keep
getting
them coming though.
Yes, we've
brown
been
bag.
getting a lot of questions.
Brown bag at WNEP.com. Definitely keep them coming.
All right, we got Pam from Tunkhannock. I think she submits a few questions. I think
Sounds
I've heard.
familiar.
Sounds familiar.
If cell phones, social media, etc., disappeared tomorrow, how would our lives change for the better and for the worse?
Ooh.
That sounds like a 3-hour-long podcast right there.
That is a good question. Like, would we just kind of return to how it was? No, I don't think it would return to how it was 50 years ago. What would we replace them with? Would there be a replacement or just?
If it just
No,
went
no.
away,
Would we replace it with
would
like?
we be better off? I don't think we'd be worse off.
It's tough. I mean, there's a lot of people who make their livings off of social media nowadays.
Including us. Well, a part of it.
True.
We are
Increasing.
on social media a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I think people would read books,
Yeah. Go outside.
yeah.
Yeah, go outside.
Enjoy the outdoors.
see nature. That would be good.
One of my New Year's resolutions this year was to read one book. I have not picked up a book yet. So
Anthony.
maybe.
Come on, Anthony.
Anthony.
You can read
I
another
tried-
Read a
book.
book.
I try to make it as low standards as possible. I'm still not reading that threshold.
Still can't.
Yeah. So I think phones. I mean, with kids, you hear a lot now with the kids getting rid of cell phones in schools and things like that. I think overall that's a good idea. I just think it would be so hard for society because we're so reliant now on phones to pay bills, to do
Yeah.
all of that. Now just to switch would be a pretty dramatic change. But I think we'd all get used to it.
I think one of the hardest things would be to have to read a map again.
Oh,
Like, I love the
gosh.
fact that we don't have to read maps. I mean,
Yeah.
I can do it. I've done it for years. But typing in the GPS is so much easier.
Especially if you're driving alone.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
have to pull over, check the map.
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
have to
reading
do
maps.
that. Yeah.
Remember that Verizon outage in January?
Oh, yeah.
All data was gone, but I had a hockey game that I bought the tickets to already in New Jersey, and we're out, so I had to navigate myself to go to Newark. Mostly the maps got back, the data got back when I was in New Jersey, but I was like, hopefully I'll be able to find this hockey stadium in Newark.
Boy.
But yeah, I was very scared.
Did you use a map or were you just using the force, like trying to?
I was like, I know how to get to New Jersey, and I know then I'll follow the signs to get to Newark, and then the stadium can't be too far from there, but I ended up lucking out. I don't think I thought too much into it. I may have just had some powerful.
That'd be an interesting test. Give someone a location to get to, and they can only use like road signs and just no GPS, no maps, and see if they can figure
See
it out.
what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be a fun
I'd be
game.
out.
That'd be a fun game to play.
No sense of
Nikki couldn't
direction.
get home.
I
No.
appreciate your honesty, Nikki.
Not good. Not good. Very reliant on my GPS.
It's so nice. So much easier. So are you going to go Botzkov's or old school?
I'm going old
Let's
school.
go. That's the original. I think the Botzkov's now, because Joe really wants a sponsorship. Is that like a joking thing, or are we actually going to get a sponsorship with Botzkov's?
We're going to change the bag to
we wouldn't-
Garrity's.
Yeah, we wouldn't say no. I feel like we're going to have to switch to like ShopRite or Garrity's here
Yeah.
in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from James. Hello, brown baggers. When watching the news flashbacks from the 80s on WNEP Plus, they all begin with this really awesome intro that introduces the news anchors and the weatherman, Tom Clark. Why did this go away? Can we bring this back for John, Mindy, and Joe? Let's face it, you guys are the faces of WNEP, so let's get you guys an intro to start Newswatch 16 this morning.
So those of us who have been anchors for many years had to do that. So we call it like the awkward 80s turn. We're like,
Oh, yeah.
we're like, you have to turn and smile. That was definitely the thing back then. I think they got rid of it for time because they want to use that to give you news rather than have an awkward smile.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I look at the archive stuff, and I don't even watch the entire newscast. I just watch it for the beginning because I think it's so cool.
It is funny.
I do like those intros, and growing up, we watched the Philly stations and the Channel 6. Their intro was so iconic.
Yeah, it made it seem the news feel important, like way more important.
Yeah. Even television shows, I mean, those
Yes.
long opens for sitcoms, I mean, now it's just like,
And they
you'll
used
see
to
the
have-
title of the show and that's it.
And they used to have credits too, which is a real shame. We
Yeah.
don't do that on the news anymore too, because there's all these behind the
All the
scenes
people
people
behind the scenes, yeah.
that work really hard to make this happen, and then they never get their name up there. It's not fair.
Skip over it, yeah.
And I know with I'm not a Netflix person, but I know
Really?
you can skip intros and stuff like that.
Why aren't you a
Yeah.
Netflix person?
No, I watch YouTube. I don't know.
Really?
Interesting.
Interesting. Is that just your age? Is that what most people your age do?
I think a lot of people are on Netflix, but the one problem I can't relate to with people, they go, "Oh, I have so many subscriptions, all the way Hulu," and I'm like, I just watch YouTube. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, don't you miss out on all the good Netflix shows?
I guess, but I never really watched too many TV shows.
He is Mr. Curiosity that occupies time.
That's
so-
true. He has
Exactly.
podcasts.
I am a big fan of Newswatch 16. It feels like a family, I feel like I'm watching like my friends, And,
Well,
and,
you are
Well,
watching
you
your
are.
family, your
Yeah.
brothers and sisters. Oh, we're here for you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, I never really was a binge. I'll watch if I'm with people. I'll watch TV shows, but yeah, I don't watch TV.
That's really interesting. I wonder if there's going to be a whole generation of people who don't watch TV shows.
Maybe.
Probably. I feel like it's kind of losing popularity a little
How
bit.
about movies? Do you watch movies?
No.
Really?
Wow.
No, I just don't have the attention span. I don't think. If like I'm watching it with somebody, we watch it together. Yeah, but I wouldn't sit down by myself and watch a movie. No, I think that's weird.
That is so weird.
Tim and I, TV
Interesting.
Tim, photographer, we were just having this big conversation about movies. And I guess there are these two movies right now in the theater that are really bringing Gen Z back
Yeah.
into the theaters. I don't remember the names of these movies.
The Back Room, I think.
And Obsession.
An Obsession.
Yes, and they're really just, Gen Z is like coming
Well,
back to the movies now.
Obsession was made by a YouTuber.
Same with Back Room.
Right.
A
Yes.
20-year-old YouTuber.
It was like $60,000 budget or something was
Something
Obsession.
like
I think.
that.
It was.
Yeah.
It was more than that.
Was
I
it?
think it was a few million.
Okay.
But then the opening weekend ended up making 82 million.
Yeah.
So do we need these high-budget movies anymore? That's the question.
Well, and the thing was saying, the podcast I was listening to was saying, people don't want their parents' hand-me-down movies.
some of
the
them are so
franchises.
good.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, you don't have to tell me that, but that's just what they were saying, which I thought was very interesting.
Well, it's kind of funny. I actually had my kids watch Seinfeld and The Office. Just some of the shows that I feel like are so iconic, and we still make jokes.
Yes.
Like we'll say, I don't want to be a pirate.
Yeah.
And my daughters know what that means, which Anthony doesn't have any idea what I'm saying.
Well, my show, I watched The King of Queens growing up.
Oh,
King of
yeah.
Queens, Everyone Loves Raymond. Yeah, we grew
Yeah.
up watching that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why not. Like YouTube is so much easier access. I could just turn on kind of whatever I want. It's good enough.
But don't you go down all these rabbit holes, like with the algorithm?
I guess, yeah. I watch a lot of things about sports. I can kind of watch anything at the tip of my finger. In a way.
It's very
a lot of
interesting.
things.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go
That-
Boscovs.
Minnie's going
Minnie's going
Boscovs.
Boscovs.
Fresh slice.
All right. Ooh. Anthony, this one's for you.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is Chris from 44. He says, is the Omega Front a new thing? I've never heard about it before.
Oh, the Omega Block. Well,
Omega Block,
we,
yeah.
we like to come up with new terminology I'm not sure how recent it is, but they're different type of blocks in the atmosphere. Basically, all it is a ridge. And think of just the best way to describe it, like a dome of high pressure creates sinking air. You get a thick column of the atmosphere that doesn't allow weather systems to pass through it. That's all it is. And it's shaped like the Greek letter omega. And there are different types of blocks. There's something called a Rex block, which is it takes on a different shape. All it does is block the progression of low pressure systems. So we call it an omega block, and we want to basically just put a nice not advertisement, but
It's kind of like marketing.
Marketing, of marketing on it, so people. It's nothing new. It's
Trying to make
it's
it easier for people to understand or
easier people-
visualize what it is.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And it's similar, but not quite to how the Weather Channel names winter storms in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically all it is. It's a fancy way to describe kind of what we knew has existed for a while. So.
All right.
That's my
Interesting.
Omega
I
block.
feel like Joe explains things better than me. He's a teacher, so he's thought
You
of these things.
explained
more.
it pretty well.
Yeah.
He's been explaining it longer.
Yeah.
Much longer.
Nothing too
He's a
complex.
60-year-old man, you know.
No.
I don't know that any of us will have this answer.
Okay.
But we might have to Google it. This is from Abby from Williamsport. How many woodpeckers does it take to take down a tree?
Oh wow. How many woodpeckers at a wood? It's like how many
Mindy's
wood?
looking it up.
Chuck. Yeah.
And then this is a side question to Joe, but Anthony would have the answer. What is the tallest cloud in any given thunderstorm?
Oh wow, clouds? I mean, clouds can go up to 60,000 feet.
Wow.
They go through the tropopause into the stratosphere, and you could see with some of these really strong storms like hurricanes, the clouds can go up to I believe it's around 60,000 feet, and the base of the clouds are about 5,000 feet up. So you're talking about 55,000 feet, which is about 10 miles.
Well,
So these clouds are.
AI's messing with me. So I said, how many woodpeckers does it take to take down a tree? And it says, it typically takes 0 woodpeckers to completely fell a healthy tree. Woodpeckers rarely take down trees.
Oh.
Instead, their pecking is meant to extract insects or
Yeah.
create small nesting, roosting cavities. And for the few species that do excavate wood, they target trees that are already dead. So there you go.
There you have it.
I did a story about the pine beetle. I think woodpeckers target the pine beetles, and it's a sign that the tree is already dying. So yeah.
All right.
I did a story about that. Oh, it's fun. It's fun doing reporter stories. You probably did the same thing where you're like, oh, I didn't even think. You just learn so much.
You're an expert on something new every day.
That's true. Absolutely.
Anthony's going old school. Brown bag question.
And I am formulating a new question to ask. So one of these weeks I'll be reappearing in the show. I don't want to steal the spotlight. Like once in a while I ask a question. I think it'll be fun. This is from Vanessa. I think you need to add. I didn't even like pre-read it before I started reading it. I'll just keep on reading it. I think you need to add a mouth to the brown bag so the questions can be pulled from the bottom, or opening in the back so the questions on the bottom get answered. Just a thought. Just so love for the bottom.
Oh, see, Vanessa, sometimes when I do it, they're hard to dig into, but I
Yeah.
try to.
I tried to get deep.
I try to get deep.
But here's the secret, Vanessa. The inside of this is only this deep.
No.
There's only 5 questions in here.
I think if we take from the bottom, there may be some. I don't know. I just think it'll look weird. I don't know. Maybe the mouth could be
I'll
good.
stand
You know
up
what?
and I'll put
I
my
am
whole
gonna
arm in there.
take-
I think on the head is, I guess,
question.
like out of the.
It's hard to get down there, but I am going to take a question. See, I'm taking one from the bottom right now.
Because you never know how old these questions are. I guess
That's
they
going
can't
to be
be
a
so
question
old.
from like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It can't be because the cleaning crew threw out all the
yeah,
questions.
these are all
It's
gonna
a
be
question from
relatively-
April.
Oh, let's go.
Okay. This is from Russell of Tower City. Do you prefer FedEx or UPS? Personally, I prefer UPS. If my FedEx driver is listening, I may be in trouble. Uh-oh. FedEx or UPS? Honestly, I don't really think I have much of a difference.
I'm on the receiving end generally.
Yeah.
So it's however it comes. I'm
Yeah,
not
however my
usually
package,
choosing my shipper.
I'm just happy to get my packages.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I have been having problems with my mail recently.
Oh.
And that's like a different topic. I think it's the generic mail, maybe USPS, but I was supposed to get some important insurance things in the mail, but it hasn't arrived yet.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know. It's weird because it's like, oh, it's gonna arrive, and it just hasn't arrived in like 2 weeks. So I guess there's something up. But
Weird.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
You need to contact
I
somebody.
would
Yeah.
reach out to
Yeah.
your insurance.
It's important
Yeah.
stuff too. So,
Go Boscov's again.
or maybe it's my neighbor. I don't know.
Maybe somebody's
Yeah,
stealing your mail.
knock on some doors.
Yeah.
Hey, morning crew. This is from Travis.
Oh, Travis question.
Aw, we love Travis. Is it possible for blue cheese to get moldy? I put some blue cheese crumbles on my buffalo chicken pizza. As I'm eating it, I'm questioning the color of the blue cheese. Fingers crossed, I'm okay if something happens, I'll report back.
Oh,
When did he send that email? Should we check on? Do we need to do a welfare check
yeah.
on?
This was
Travis?
on Monday, June 15th. It wasn't that long ago, so maybe
Uh-oh.
we should check to make sure he's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, blue cheese is moldy. That's what makes it blue.
It's already moldy.
Yeah, so he probably knows that and he's just messing with us. But
But
I
can it
love
get
blue
more
cheese.
moldy
Do you
and
guys
then
like
be
it?
okay? Yeah, I like blue cheese.
Yeah, what if it gets more moldy, then what?
I mean, is there good mold and bad mold? Maybe I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
actually a good question. I don't know. Maybe black mold is bad and blue mold is good.
Maybe
I've
it's the
heard
type
black
of,
mold
maybe
is
the
bad.
type of mold.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you like blue cheese, Anthony?
Not really.
Really? I
That
love
won't go
blue
out of my
cheese
way.
dressing.
I'm not a sour cream blue cheese.
I'm not either.
Is it texture, flavor? Both.
Kind of everything, yeah. But
Sauerkraut? Do you like sauerkraut?
I don't know what that is. I may know what it is, but I don't.
It's
think
like cabbage
As
that's
Bonnie,
sour.
Bonnie bursts through the door with a plate of
Gross.
sauerkraut.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Like she did. I'm drinking the hot tang
Oh, the
because
hot tang.
because my throat hurts today, and I love the hot tang. It's
It's
so good.
good.
Yeah, so great.
Dude, yeah.
Have you
We're gonna-
tried tang at all, Anthony?
No.
Oh my God, he needs
Oh,
to
you
try
have to
it.
try the hot tang.
It's all the craze.
It's better hot.
It is good.
I'm
Another
not a hot.
short
I'm not a hot fluid guy. I don't think.
You don't like tea?
No.
How about boilo?
I don't know what that is.
All right, we're gonna have some for
You're
you.
gonna have some.
We're gonna have all
I'm
kinds
learning
of stuff.
everything. That's
Yeah.
We're
fine.
gonna have a buffet of things for
Yeah.
Anthony to
I guess
try.
next time I'm on, just like
Special episode.
just
Anthony
AS
tries things.
ASMR.
Oh,
just,
that's a good idea. Anthony tries things.
This is a short one. Chris from 44 wants to know: do you think Buc-ee's will ever be in Pennsylvania?
I hope so.
I think it's inevitable.
yeah.
Their signs are here.
Yeah, and they changed them up too. Every
They
time
do.
the one on my way home toward Wilkes-Barre, that they just updated that one. It was like something like
Yeah, they did.
what was it? Something like Aura points or something like that.
I just
raise
feel
raise
like
your Aura points. Go
why
to
would they
Buc-ee's.
have all those signs in Pennsylvania if they're not planning something down the line? I have nothing to base that off of. But
Right, that makes sense.
Right.
hope
Maybe
so.
Bucky needs to buy the land that the data centers are going on. Just
That could be.
fight back.
Way to
People
bring
would
up
be
some
pro-
controversy there.
People would be
Anthony.
they'd be a lot more pro Buc-ee's in their neighborhood if it was
Right.
an alternative
To a data center. That's true. That's true.
I've always wanted to visit a Buc-ee's.
I know. I've never been to one.
It's only,
Yeah.
what, 300 miles away to the
Right.
nearest Buc-ee's?
yeah,
We
they-
should go.
We should road trip.
road trip on the Pennsylvania road. Just,
On the-
on the Maryland road.
On the
or whatever-
Maryland,
whatever it
Virginia
is.
roads.
It might be Virginia. Yeah.
I think it's in Virginia. All right.
Oh, going Boscov's.
Yeah. I feel like I'm betraying the brown bag. But, hey. Oh well, this is this is a question for John. It would be interesting to see if Rennie would be on Mr. Curiosity. I guess we could put that back in and see what John
Yeah,
thinks.
put it back in. I think Rennie would love to be a Mr. Curiosity, but the thing is, you can't have Rennie and John in the same place at the same time because they have kids at home.
Yeah.
It's like a special family
They'll be
edition.
fine.
Right.
They'll be fine.
We could have their kids on Mr. Curiosity too. Their kids are very articulate and lovely.
They are.
My-
They're so cute.
I
My
think it'd be fun to
daughter-
have Rennie on.
If I don't mention it, my daughter has said that we need to do like a kids Mr. Curiosity where the kids answer questions.
That would
really,
be cute.
She really wants to answer questions.
That would be
on Mr.
so
Curiosity.
great. We should do
Aw.
that, Sean. Let's get that done.
She should.
Yeah.
We should.
Sweet. I think I agree with what you guys said. I was reading this question. Bring the kids on, I think you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
This is an interesting question from Thomas. When was the last time you really cursed yourself out over doing something dumb, and what was the curse? Like, you know, I guess you get mad at yourself.
Can
What were
we
you
say
doing?
curse
Someone
words on the
just set- Someone
podcast?
just setting us up.
I know you can't say the words, but we get the idea. I fully expect John Myers to be something like "oh boogers."
Golly gee.
Well, mainly doing something stupid. I stub my toe sometimes. I'm like, why? So it let out sometimes. So you kind of give like the halfway through one of the words. It feels good though. But I stub my toe way too often.
Like when you're running, you do that?
No, well, there's one time where this was years ago now, but I stepped on a wire. It was like a looped wire. It brought the other side of the wire up. Then my right foot tripped over that wire, and then my phone shattered. And for it took me months to get a new screen. But yeah, just because I was checking my phone over something, just like the time or something. Boom, that quick. But sometimes running, you know, you have to pay attention where you're going, believe it or not.
It's probably a good plan.
Interesting.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I think the last time I internally cursed myself out was I was trying to give my boyfriend directions when we were driving to Philly the other day, and I was failing miserably, and he had to pull over and get his phone out and look him up himself. Like, oh, Nikki.
Did you have a GPS in front of you and you just weren't quite?
Yeah, my thing is, because he wanted to know, like, is there an alternative route to take? And I'm like trying to zoom in, zoom out, trying to figure it out. And we had to make split-second decisions, and I'm just not good at that kind of thing. It's not my strong point.
Yeah.
Well, it is difficult when you're like driving at a fast pace.
Yeah.
And you have to make a split-second decision. It's hard to figure out where you're going.
Yeah.
You have to be calm. Yesterday, Jeremy and I missed the turn, the place where we were going, Mountain Springs Lake. And I was like, yep, man, we just missed our turn. Because we got distracted with something else. But I calmly said, yeah, we just missed our turn. But we usually just made a U-turn.
I feel like watching the two of you out on your excursions could be like a reality show.
It could be.
Yeah.
Don't you think we should send a camera to watch you do your stuff and
Yeah,
then?
it's more the behind the scenes of making the piece.
Might
Oh,
be-
you-
might
good
be
as
the best
You
piece
part.
have
itself.
no idea, because when you don't have a photographer, so we were filming one bit. This is for When the Stars Align coming up in 2 weeks, but we filmed this segment. Then we realized we weren't getting levels, we weren't getting sound, so we had to re-record it, and then so we reset up the camera and everything like that, and then realized, oh, we weren't recording.
Oh no.
So the third time was a charm, but like we were, because then when you're doing it, it was like a 3-minute segment. When you have to do a 3-minute segment over and over again, it's just, and then when you're doing it for the third time, you're like, we're not even sure if this is even going to work. But it worked. The chips were good. So,
Okay, that's good. That is
At
really
least you
funny.
realized there before getting back and then having
Yeah.
a problem. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's terrible. Like the classic one, and Nikki, I'm sure, can relate to this, is sometimes as a photographer or if you're shooting your own stuff, you thought you hit record, but you actually double-clicked or
double
something.
punched, yep.
Yeah, and then you didn't hit record, and so the whole interview you thought you just recorded wasn't there. It's like, oh,
Been there, done that.
that's awful.
It
Yeah.
happened to me 2 weeks ago at the Pullman Farms.
Oh.
I'm like, I already asked him 1 or 2 questions, and then I'm like, I just asked him kind of the same questions over again in a way. So.
Yep. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, for
Yep.
sure.
Do you guys have an answer to that when you cursed yourself out recently?
I think I generally do it just like when I drop something. Like I notice I'll say, and the funny thing is, I don't curse on TV, but if I'm at home, and I don't curse a lot, but if I'm at home, especially by myself, I will curse. I don't understand how my brain differentiates that, because I obviously don't want to curse on TV.
It's
or
good
the
that it
podcast.
does.
I know.
Maybe that's what your brain just lets it out
Maybe. Yeah.
because you don't.
Because I need to curse
you
sometimes.
work so hard not to. that-
Yeah.
No, it's like now's my chance.
Now's my chance to really let it rip.
Yeah, same
I
thing.
will- we'll
Whenever I
end
do
with-
something silly.
We'll end with some of our favorite curse words, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Golly
boogers.
gee. Gosh.
Oh, boogers.
Sugar.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining us on Mr. Curiosity.